Yeah, we just don't hear about it until afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we hear a lot of what goes down with the American soldiers, but we don't really hear much about what happens with the New Zealand and Australian. I think, what have we lost? Two or three soldiers in the last?
No, it's more than that. But we don't hear about it until either something really terrible happens, or you get like Willie Apiata, who cleaned up everything, did really well, kind of thing. But we don't hear, anything else really other than that. But yeah.
On a side note, I had a long sleeve shirt on, and I have headphones on, and I'm trying to listen to you and remove the sweater at the same time. And it didn't work out very well, so I took a picture of it in the moment, and I sent it to you via DM on Twitter.
This is where we have.
I love that. I love it.
Isn't technology awesome?
It really is.
I was gonna say, yeah, a little bit on the wonky side there, bro. Just I wouldn't send you a photo from where we are right now, but we're in the office and it's stinking hot. And
Gareth's still in his pajamas.
I'm still in my pajamas, but it doesn't matter to me. I still would send the photo. It's just so stinking hot in here. You'd probably see like the lines coming up from us.
It's horrible. I've been outside all morning and it's gross outside.
It's like 40 degrees here today at the moment, which is what, 105, 106 degrees Fahrenheit?
Something like that.
So we still got the rest of the day going in hot weather. It's going to be great. Anyway, so whereabouts you again? You're in Texas, aren't you?
Yes, sir. The hottest of the hot.
Yeah. Here we are going. I was like 105, and he's like, I did that last night.
So Christmas for you guys is similar to ours then, yes? You guys have hot Christmases?
Well,
or do you have snow?
No, hell no. No snow. Forget that. I want none of that stuff. And the only reason I said that because I'm from southern, USA. I'm from Louisiana, and now I live in Texas. So we're at the bottom of the map for the United States.
Yeah.
So I'd never seen snow in those days of my youth. I mean, there's been maybe out of 18 years, because as soon as I turned 18, I left home. But out of 18 years, I think it snowed maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, in that lifetime.
Wow.
Gee.
Wow.
The snow that you shut shit down for is just like a dusting over the grass and everything and whatnot.
Yeah. We had that in Wellington just about a year or the second year before we left. Like, Wellington's like, water, where it's sea level, all that kind of stuff. And there was snow, like, everywhere to the point of, like, it was about half a foot to a foot on top of my car. It was on as we walked outside making snow angels going, this is crazy. What do we... Damn, like, this is awesome. That
was 8 years ago. That was when we started dating.
Yeah. We were both happy. I mean, ow.
Behave yourself.
But no.
Yeah,
it'd be a very weird day if Texas and Louisiana had snow on Christmas.
Okay, I don't know. I mean,
there are parts of Texas, since Texas is like the size of 3 fucking states, that it does snow. It's just like the northern parts and everything, but not down here. No, not in Houston, to where this week's forecast was, it wasn't as hot, but it was pretty damn hot because we have all the humidity. But it was like 80 something degrees, and then it dropped down to 60 something degrees, then 60 something degrees, then back up to 80, then down to 80, then down to 60, then back up to 90 something.
So that sounds like New Zealand kind of temperatures, but normally that's like one day. You wake up and it's like really hot, and then by lunchtime it's I should have worn a jersey.
So that's sort of pushing between 25 degrees Celsius and 35 degrees Celsius. That's insane. That's hot.
And then it's just like the weather. When it rains here, it rains so hard. Shit floods, and it's like disastrous. Yes. But it does it for like 20 minutes, then it stops. Then the sun come back out and bake everything. I'm like, what the hell?
Once again, that sounds like Brisbane. We're going through a drought at the moment, and every time it rains, like we've had about 2 or 3 days in the last 4 months where it's rained and it's done that. It's just gone doom, doom, boom, and then downpours for 20, 30, maybe an hour, and then stops.
We haven't
like,
had.
Oh, great, fantastic.
We haven't had to mow our lawns for 8 months.
Yeah, I legit thought about selling the lawnmower and getting one of those push ones because there's nothing else to do really with it. You can't do much. So yeah.
No.
I hate grass. I hate it so. And I'm glad that the house that we moved into doesn't have a lot of it. So, it wouldn't. Yeah. It's not stressful on me because I have a son that cuts the grass, but I just hate it because like right now we have like a real small backyard, so we are entertaining the idea of digging all that crap up and putting AstroTurf in, fake grass.
No, why not? I mean, if it makes your life easier. I grew up on a farm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I loved it. Our backyard was an acre, and we
their
had
their lawnmowers over sheep.
Yeah, I would.
No, we had a ride-on.
I like to visit, but not have. Not to have something like that. Or if
they're very nice at the end of the day to go, I'm going back to my aircon. See ya.
or if I had something like that, it's just like I want it for the sure thing of like I have all this property and I can go shoot guns on my property and not worry about having to go to the range or hitting anybody or nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, I always wanted our children to grow up on a farm because it was a lot of fun for me, but we live in Australia, not New Zealand now, and there are nasty things in the grass in Australia.
although we did find out the other day, like we know of probably about 4 people that own farms in the middle of Australia, where the paddock size is so large to do a full outside like circuit kind of thing is about 10 days. They'll go and say, "We'll see you later," kind of thing. If they're on the far back and they have an accident or something like that. Like they basically just hot glue their legs, sealed shut, get in the car and drive and go, yep, we'll see what happens.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah. It's like, damn, how big is that? They're like, oh, yeah, it's about like 100,000 acres or something. It's like, how big now? They're like, that's fine.
But there are stations in America who have a lot of land like that, don't they? Isn't there?
Yeah. Possibly. Let's say yes.
Off the top of my brain, I can't think of any particular areas, but
it's just trippy how big Australia is that you can have 4 people that own farms that big, and it's still like nothing. You know what I mean? No, absolutely nothing. It's
absolutely,
crazy.
It's insane.
So, have you got anything planned special for this Christmas, Rob, or this New Year's?
Christmas. There's a song called "This Christmas." You should look it up.
Yes, it's got Chris Brown singing it.
I like the original.
I like the Chris Brown one, but only because it's from the movie, and I like the movie.
I guess I haven't seen that movie completely. I've seen bits and pieces.
Big started, and I walked out. I said, "Oh, it's Chris Pratt." So I just walked away. I'm like, "Nah, I'm good."
He kind of soured. I kind of soured on him when the whole beating up Rihanna thing happened.
That kind of was the main kicker for me too. Kind of like, you know what?
He talented. He makes some good music or whatever. But I was just like, oh, Chris Brown, whatever.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But so what have you got? Have you got anything planned, mate?
I mean, Mrs. B. Rob is the planner of all the things. I just kind of like dish out the money and show up.
That sounds like me. Yeah, what do we do? I don't know. When are we doing it? Just grab me.
Like even to short range, like Thanksgiving is coming up. Speaking of that, Mr. B. Rob is walking through the front door right now. Like Thanksgiving is coming up, and we had a stove issue to where the oven wouldn't work, and it was just like spewing gas into the house, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's not good at all. So Mrs. B. Rob was like, Thanksgiving coming up, we need a goddamn stove. So she went out and got a damn stove. I was like, man, and this was like
call me ignorant.
2 months out from the thing, and I'm like, okay, yeah, but we prepared.
Well, call me ignorant, but where do you get one of those from in America? Do you go to like
we have
I don't know, Costco?
Well, we went to Lowe's, which is a subsidiary of I think the whole Walmart Corp.
Right. So Lowe's as an Lowes. That's a men's clothing store here.
Yeah, you get the low bits of the clothes for the undies.
Yeah.
Beyond specs, it's a clothing store for men of a certain size.
The big
of a larger man. Yeah, a bigger man.
For Wales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't have a T-shirt from that. What are you talking about? No, Dan, no.
Actually, I don't think you do. Thankfully,
no. We did walk in. That's right. The only time we walked in is because I was running down the escalator and it cut my toe open, and I walked in there. I'm like, "Excuse me, do you guys have a blaster?"
Yep, basically.
That's the only time we've ever walked into one.
Basically,
yeah. We haven't gone camping in a long time, so we need to buy a new tent or anything. But when we do, we just pop in there.
Oh, Karen.
Oh.
We might have some live listeners. We got to be. Yes, we go camping.
I don't think I've ever been like proper camping since middle school. So I was like, 12, 11, something like
that. Last time we went proper camping, we went to like almost the middle of nowhere and just hang off a street kind of thing. And I think it was about 2 a.m, and I needed to go to the bathroom. So I woke up, and you ever play Silent Hill? Or of Silent Hill? Yeah. It was like that. I could not see 5 feet in front of me because of all the fog. And I'd be like, I think the tent's that way. Like I had to turn a spotlight on, and even then it was still like, it's in that direction. And as it was getting, if I got closer, it got bright, like, more zoomed in. So
yeah.
It was like playing hot or cold with the tent.
It was creepy. It was so creepy.
Because you can't yell out Marco because the tents don't reply.
Are
with
you?
Polo.
Yeah, Marco, what?
Yeah, what? Oh, no.
Are you playing video games or anything?
Yeah. I was playing
yes.
Red Dead Redemption this morning and GTA 5 before, and yeah.
I don't even know what I'm playing at the moment. What am I playing at the moment?
I bought Red Dead Redemption 2 when it first came out, and I played it maybe 3 days into that, that week, and I haven't played it since.
Yep. Oh, wow. So much. All I want to say on that is that if you finish a chapter, you go, you move on kind of thing. If you go back to where the other places were, you hear the noises from like the last chapter. Like it's like kind of like replaying because his memories are rethinking stuff. It's very well done. Very well done. But yeah, I don't want to give away any of the spoilers. I don't want to be like, and then this, and you'd be like, oh, dude, come on, man.
I think I'm playing The Last of Us at the moment.
Oh,
yeah, you're playing
man,
Last of Us.
I need to do that before the second one come out. I mean, we got plenty of time. I think they say it ain't coming out till like March or something. May. May. But the game, you're talking about creepy stuff and everything, but the game that I was going to talk about was Until Dawn.
I played that.
Biggs loves
That's
that
a great game.
They should have made that a movie.
Yeah.
They should have, actually. It's got enough movie stars in it to voice it too.
Freddie Mercury in it.
Yeah.
So that
man.
Rami Malek does.
That movie, the freaking the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. I love the shit out of that movie.
Yeah. I don't normally like those kind of movies, but I took Bex into the cinema and
I liked
the
it.
entire time was like, oh, this is amazing. And I don't care. I had a tear in my eye at the end when his dad said, well done or whatever.
And about it is just like, I'm not really fond of those type of movies either, but just even seeing the previews when it was premiering in theater, it was just like, wow, I need to see that goddamn movie. And then the music itself is like, I don't listen to a lot of that genre, but it was surprising to me that a lot of the songs that I did know, I didn't know it was them that made it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I had an ex once. The radio station I used to work at played a lot of that kind of music.
Yeah.
And she listened to. She was watching. What's that Mamma Mia movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Mia. I'm not gonna say anything.
It's called Mamma Mia.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
I had that same. Sorry, I was that ABBA movie. I had that same feeling. I was like, I knew of ABBA. I knew ABBA did all their big hits and all that stuff, but they'd be busting out like B-sides, and I'm like, I know that song. I know that song. I know. And that was like, as you said, with the Queen one, I think there were a couple of times Bex leaned over and went, did they do this song? I'm like, yes, they did
But
this
see,
song.
I grew up with a lot of that music because that was my parents' era.
Yeah.
So we had the Beatles and we had ABBA and all those sorts of bands playing in the house all the time.